for 2020. I told you guys I'm going to start putting these things in chronological order. So there you have it, man. Welcome. I see quite a few of you guys are already in the chat, so I'm going to say what's up to you guys. I was a little bit late. I'm sorry about that, guys. I mean, sometimes the way you schedule the events in YouTube, you can't put in precise numbers. So sometimes you might see me say 8 o'clock and I'm 8:05 or my bad. It's Friday night. What are you going to do? Okay, got to deal with the family. But I'm here. How you guys doing, man? Everybody hearing me okay? You guys can hear me okay? Please confirm that. And of course, I'm gonna do my my introductions to you all. Let's see who this pick is really quick by the Browns. Grant Delpit goes to the Browns, folks. Okay, he's off the board. Wow, quite a few people are off the board, guys, that we thought the Steelers may have had a chance to get, man. Let me pull up this stuff here so I can see exactly who's gone. I had some running around to do, so I didn't watch the first part of the second round. But let me pull it up so I can follow it, and then I'll let you guys know exactly what I'm doing in terms of how I'm viewing the draft, etc. But first and foremost, let me say what's up to you guys, man. Let's go into the chat really quick. Rajan 39, Jesse George, Joseph Delavicia, Virginity, if I'm saying that correctly, Builder's Life, Robert Ellison, Brian Kennerly, Brett Fine, Robert Ellison, oops, I said his name already, Fly High PA, Relfax, Lanisha, hello Miss Lanisha, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. YBZ Resby. And that's about it for now. I'm sure my brother Kenyon will jump up in here soon. I'm sure my brother Tony is there. Go Tony. Tony's in the building. Y Diggy's in the building. So all right, folks, let me take a look at who's been drafted so far. Actually, let me pull it up on the computer here. For you guys that, didn't come through to my other podcast last night, I don't expect you guys to, but quite a few of you guys did. I explained to the world, and excuse my Adam Grizzly here, guys, no haircut, no beard trimmings or nothing since the corona pandemic, but we gonna rock out, man, whatever. It ain't about looking good, it's about feeling good, right? Keeping your health during this time. But for you guys that don't know, man, I cut the cable. I finally cut the cord. I am now using IPTV. For you guys that don't know what that is, that's basically cable provided through the internet. There's different companies that offer it. The company that I'm actually going through is called Expedite TV. My parents, they use another one. They introduced it to me months ago. And then my father-in-law introduced it to me a couple weeks ago. And then my wife and I decided to make the switch. The interesting thing, I know people have been streaming cable for years using Kodi and things like that on the Fire Stick. But the interesting thing about these IPTV companies is it's an actual company that you pay $24 a month. And I have multiple channels. Let's see, Buccaneers are picking. Antoine Winfield, guys. Antoine Winfield is gone. Delpit is gone. Michael Pittman, gone. I don't know, folks. I don't know who is it going to be at 49. Let me go through the list, man, to bring you guys up to speed. But anyway, like I said, I might be a little bit delayed. So forgive that. I might be 30 seconds or so behind because my cable is streaming. But hey, $24 a month, over 400 channels. Got the NFL package, NBA, all of that. I ain't complaining, and I'm saving a ton of money on cable and internet. So I should have made that switch years ago, but I was stubborn. Xavier McKinney is gone. You guys know that, follow me in the Madden thing, that I have him on my team. But let's see who's been drafted so far, man. So T. Higgins gone. Went to Cincinnati. Michael Pittman went to the Colts. DeAndre Swift, I love him, went to the Lions. Xavier McKinney, New York Giants. Kyle Duggar went to New England Patriots. He's a safety. Utor Gross-Matos, the edge from Penn State, went to Carolina. Robert Hunt, tackle. Miami Dolphins, Ross Blacklock was another guy, a D tackle type guy. If he would have failed to us, some people said we may have gotten him. Texans grabbed him. Jonathan Taylor, coach scooped him up as well. Laviska Shenault Jr., gone to Jacksonville. Cole Kmet to the Bears. Grant Delpit, Cleveland Browns. And Antoine Winfield Jr. is gone to Tampa Bay. And next up, guys, the Broncos. The pick is currently in. Then the Atlanta Falcons, then the New York Jets, then the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I am watching it here online as well, so I could be a little more, a little quicker. But here on the TV, I'll give you guys an example of how far the delay might be. I'm going to tell you the next scene that I'm watching in 2 seconds. I'll tell y'all exactly what I see. Right now it's showing Winfield's family, woman in the yellow jumping up and down, other kids jumping around. So y'all can kind of gauge, as far as the delay factor. But like I said, man, for that, it's worth it. A lot of you guys in the chat had been telling me that too. Cut the cable. Stop paying all that unnecessary money. But anyway, let's see what you guys got here, man, in the chat. See what y'all got. Y'all say, let's get Steelers is going to get Ezra Cleveland. I've heard that name too. I heard Dave and Alex was talking about that. Dobbins or Mims. Tanner Muse. I don't know, Real Facts. I don't know if Tanner Muse is going to get picked this early. But we'll see. Somebody said it's the 3rd round tonight. Some people be asking that question. Listen, I'm not picking on anybody, but for us who are football fans should know that both the 2nd and 3rd round are in the same night. But let me catch myself right there. You might be asking me, am I asking that question? Am I going to stream for the 3rd round? Maybe that's what you're asking. So let me put that out there. It's Friday. It's quarantine, meaning there's more time at home and expected to spend some time with each other. My wife wants to have movie night, so guys, I'm not going to do the 3rd round. All right, so I'm going to sit around here. We're going to see our pick. We'll chop it up about the pick for a minute, and then I'll come back. Maybe tomorrow afternoonish, maybe morning, we'll do a 3rd round. I'll try to do it earlier. Maybe a quick 3rd round, stream earlier in the day. And then after that, we'll see how the Steelers wrap up as far as the remainder of the day. And possibly I'll come back tomorrow night to talk about the rest of the picks. And then, of course, on Tuesday, what I would love Kenyon to do, and Tony, if he's available, we'll do another still table. I think by that time, it gives us enough time to kind of, see who we pick, go look at the tape, come back and give our opinion on where these guys may fit in. Fair? So that's what we'll do. So, yeah, only the 2nd round tonight. And if I misunderstood your question, forgive me. Somebody says it could be my boy Cam Akers. Okay. Blackhawk says I'm also using IPTV. Yeah, man, it's has changed my life over the last week. So I don't know what took me so long. Let's see what else y'all got. Kenya says KJ Hamler to the Broncos. Yikes. Another receiver that was kind of talked about from Penn State that possibly the Steelers would be looking at. So it's interesting, man. I see a lot of people in here still campaigning for Jalen Hurts. Hey, man, I said best player available. As I take a sip at my homemade iced coffee here. And no, I didn't get this from Starbucks. We just have this at home. I'm not playing them games. I'm not eating out or nothing like that. So for anybody who may be wondering, man, is Sim actually drinking Starbucks? Let me brush this woolly mammoth off my head and beard. It's starting to itch. So I can imagine what Ben Roethlisberger's going through with that beard he got. What else y'all say? Mims, Dobbins, okay. Chase Claypool, perhaps. Joseph Delavicia says. Let's see. Wade Johnson says no Hurts. Somebody else, my man Real Fact says Hurts is not happening. Jacob Eason is next best quarterback on the board. Okay. I don't think the Steelers will go that route. So really quick, man, before the pick happens, flood the comments again. Who would you guys want? Who do you guys want to see at 49? And do you think the Steelers are going to trade out? I don't know. I don't know about that. I know there was some talk about that, but I don't know if they're going to trade out, man. I think they're going to stay put at 49. There's still some good players. I mean, we're about to be up. Falcons pick is in. New York Jets is on the clock. Pittsburgh Steelers right after that. and we don't pick again. And this is another reason, folks, why I said I wasn't going to do a full stream through the third round. I mean, again, like I said, man, happy wife, happy life. You know what I mean? We're going to watch a movie and hang out with her and my youngin', have a good time. But, you know, we don't pick again, guys, until, my God, pick 38 of the third round, 102. And that is, you know how long I would actually be sitting here on stream? Nah, I'm not going to do that to me or you guys. Even though you guys claim to like me. Y'all don't like me that much. I wouldn't want to see me that much. And I'll take a few calls, man, if the queue works. So y'all let me know if the queue's working. I will take a few calls after we pick. You know, maybe not beforehand. Let's just wait until after the pick happens. And I'll see what you guys have to say. Let me get back here in the chat. Dobbins or O-line, Nays says, or trade back. Okay. Anyone that's not a running back says King Rowe. What's up, King Rowe? I don't know if I've seen you before, man. Let me know. Are you a new viewer? The name doesn't look familiar, but I appreciate you coming through either way. Stillmatic says Mims. Lanisha says Dobbins. It might be a running back, folks. Let's be real. Best available, skill position, it might be a running back. I know we've gone back and forth with that, but again, you never know how the draft was going to play out. That always dictates who picks who. You know what I mean? Akers or Dobbins. I wouldn't be mad with either one of those, Sippy boy. I would love to get my guy Cam Akers. You know, most of y'all know I'm a nose fan, so I love my nose, man, except for the bums. But I know all about Cam Akers. So if that guy ends up with us, great. Christian Gonzalez says Hurts. Hey Debbie, how you doing, Miss Lady? Say hello, guys. Make sure you say hello to the ladies in the chat, man. Both Debbie and Lanisha in here rocking with us. What was that name somebody put in there? Let me see. I missed it. All right, let's see who these Falcons about to pick. And again, y'all can tell my delay right now. So this will give you a clear picture of how far the IPTV is. Marlon Davidson. Atlanta Falcons select Marlon Davidson, DN from Auburn. I don't know much about him. I knew Derek Brown, but I didn't know much about this kid. All right, guys, it's getting close. Let me see. Who else y'all want? Trey Biggs says Dobbins or Akins. Or Akers, excuse me. Virginity says Dobbins or Mims. Okay. Robert Ryder says Akers. Jesse George said Iche might sneak in there. Yeah, possible, man. Would rather have Akers. That's what Wade Johnson says. Verducci man says running back or tight end. My boy Dez, the You Heard Me podcast. That's my guy right there. Yes, he is a Ravens fan, and y'all better not say nothing about him. It's my boy right there. He says Steelers just got to scoop up somebody who will get embarrassed by Lamar. See, and I can take that joke. That's my dude right there, man. Listen, yo, Dez, I'm telling you, man, it was clear to see that you guys were going to grab Patrick Queen. And oh, my God. Fell right in y'all lap. I mean, the Saints gave y'all a gift. Y'all been looking for a replacement in the inside linebacker, and boy, you got yourself a baller. And y'all gonna get on my nerves this year, man. You know, the defense, I'm sure, is gonna be what they are. The offense, I'm sure, will be what that is. Got Calais Campbell in there. Yeah, y'all about to get on my nerves, man. But either way, shout outs to my boy Dez, and you know, shout outs to the Ravens. Like I said, I don't hate the Ravens. They are our rival, but I don't hate. You know, I don't have a disdain for no team. I don't prefer them in terms when they play with us. But like I said, I've always said the Ravens in particular, outside of Cleveland and Cincinnati, the Ravens to me has always been that team that you know, give a side eye to, but you got to look in the mirror and say, yeah, they hard nosed just like the Steelers. They smash mouth just like the Steelers. They'll bust you in your head just like the Steelers. So to me, it's kind of a love, hate, respect type of thing. Who else y'all got in here, man? Any other names other than the ones we've thrown out there? Oh. The Jets traded their pick to Seattle. Wow, Darrell Taylor from Tennessee. Yo, that's another dude I got on my Madden team that I drafted, and he gets busy in there. Let me tell y'all. Him and TJ Watt. Oh, man. I'm going to have to start. Maybe I might start showing you guys some footage from my online league, here and there, just so you can see. Boy, I built him up for you guys who play Madden. I built him up to a star, and TJ is a superstar. They be eating on the edge, man. Y'all would not believe it. My boy Dad says, haha, much love, big homie. He says, I wanted us to trade up to get Ruggs or Rager, but man, I'm excited for this defense. Yeah, I mean, you got to be. I mean, like I said, you got to respect what the Ravens doing over there, man. And I think, again, y'all hear me religiously root for Lamar Jackson, even though it's hard to root for him when he in our division. But I would never lose the fact that certain people kept saying to this guy, or saying in the public, he needs to be switch over to be a receiver, and he's not gonna be. Yeah, okay. And you got to give respect and tip your hat to the Ravens for finding a scheme and building a scheme around him and bring out his best attributes. And I kept saying, if he gets better at passing, if he can improve his accuracy, look out. He did that last year. It's probably going to get even better going into year 3. Here we go, guys. Pick is in. Steelers pick is in. Let's see who it's going to be. And I'm not even going to look in the chat until after the pick, because I know I got a delay and I don't want nobody to ruin my anticipation. I know my brother Tony and my brother Kenyon probably will text me. I'm not even going to look at the text until after I physically see it myself. Because, I want to have that same feeling that y'all going to get. I don't want to see it here and be like, oh, that's who. No, I want to see it. Y'all know how nutty we are when we want to see it happen. The same reason why your lady might say, why can't you just record it and watch it later? Nah, baby, I can't do that. I can't do that. Not the game. Unless I just have to miss it. You know what I mean? But I will get back to the chat in a minute. And like I said, guys, if the call queue is working, y'all have to test it for me. If it's working tonight, if Blog Talk is on their game tonight, I will be taking some calls after the pick. A few calls after the pick so we can discuss. But if not, no worries. That ain't going to stop nothing. Then you know what I'm saying? That ain't going to stop no parade. We having a good time already. We'll just still talk about it. Me talking, getting y'all's information, and there you have it. Nice, simple, short stream tonight, man. I told my wife I wouldn't be that long, and I'm gonna say that I'm proud of myself for. I think I'm gonna stick to it. So they say here, wide receiver. Dang, I just missed it. They said wide receiver, O-line, tight end, and I forgot the other 2 positions they just said are the Steelers' biggest needs. We got Cam Akers still out there, A.J. Dillon. I said Cam Akers. Yeah, Cam Akers, A.J. Dillon, Dobbins. Quite a few running backs still there. Mims is still sitting out there. Let's see, man. I don't know if most of the more sought out offensive linemen are off the board. Steelers have lost Ramon Foster, Javon Hargrave. We all know that. Tyler Metakevich. The Steelers failed to score 28 points. First time since 1971 as far as our average points. They're saying quarterback is another position of need, which it is, but I just don't see it happening, man. Josh Jones is still out there, though, offensive tackle for Houston. That might be the pick, man. That's not the sexy pick for me, though. Matabuki is still out there, Texas A&M, the DT. And Ezra Cleveland, very possible that it might be one of those guys, but I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. It's just my selfishness. I don't want to see an offensive lineman at this spot. I don't want to see him at this spot, man. I will understand it, but I don't want to see it. As we get a picture there of Mike Tomlin and Kevin Colbert. Tomlin got the big TV there on the desk. I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. The virtual draft hasn't bothered me that much. It's been pretty cool. All right, let's see what Roger Goodell's about to say, man. Then I'll get to the chat. Chase Claypool. Okay. So they went there. Chase Claypool. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Let me take a look at a few of these highlights. 4.42 40-yard dash. Let me take a look at these highlights, guys, and I'll be right to y'all. Tony talking trash because Tony is a Notre Dame fan. Him and Kenyon go back and forth because Kenyon is a USC fan. All right, show me a few of these highlights, man. Then I'm going to really dive into his tape. Because I know about him. I've watched him. But I'm not mad at it, man. I don't know if he's not necessarily the first guy that I would have picked in terms of receiver. But what this tells you, as I'm watching his highlights here, you know, he's a raw talent. What it tells you is where the Steelers were trying to go. It tells you exactly what the Steelers were trying to do. Pittman probably was going to be the pick, folks. He probably was going to be the pick. 4.42, I'll take it, man. Big boy, 6'4". All we need him to do is just run. It's going to be a little interesting, man. It's going to be a little interesting. Okay. All right, let's talk about it, folks. Look at Mike Tomlin there smiling. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let me see what y'all got to say about it. That's pretty cool, man. It's always cool to see cats get drafted, man. Like, their life just changed, man. You know what I'm saying? Their life just changed. And some of you guys in the chat actually called this out a while back. Y'all was saying Chase Claypool. So let me go back and see. Let me scroll up to the beginning of the chats and see how you guys feel, hate it or love it. Let's see. So we can cut the TV off now. I mean, I'm gonna mute it. I'll keep my eye on. Let's see what Chicago doing really quick. Jalen Johnson. That's another guy they thought we might have grabbed. All right, let me see what's from the first comment. I want to see what you guys got to say. And you know what? I appreciate y'all too, man. Y'all some real ones. I see Build His Life, and quite a few of you guys was like, nah, don't post it. Don't post it. Let Sim see it in real time. See, I love y'all for that. And I see some of y'all did try to spoil it. But all right, so let's see how y'all feel, though. Big Boy says they took Claypool. Railfax says, I know who it is. Ghost Flow says, it's, and I'm not going to say the word out loud, but he said, it's effing hurts Jesus. Looks like you were wrong there, buddy. Let's see. All right, Jesse Joy says, Claypool, let's go. Somebody else says, Cushenberry would be a dog for us. Didn't happen. Claypool. In the Green TV says, wasted pick. Okay, In the Green, save that. I want to hear from you in the chat. I want to hear your thoughts on why it was a wasted pick. Not saying I approve or disapprove. I'm just interested, and I want to hear that feedback. But if you wait for me, let me tell you when to post it so I'll make sure I don't miss your comment, if that makes sense. Wade Johnson says Tomlin didn't look happy. Real G Lee says wide receiver, please. Sonny Rothmiller says what the F? Yes, I want to hear your thoughts too. Because I want to hear thoughts from guys who are excited, extremely excited, and people who hate it. Joseph says he likes it. Jesse George likes it. Let's see what else y'all got, man. What else y'all got? Come on. He's a big dog, big dude. Nay said, yeah, that's a big boy right there. Big wide out. Yep. I like the first round better this year. Didn't drag like other years. Well, I feel what you're saying, but, I got to make a joke. This ain't the first round, second round. Just picking with you, Raja. Let's see. My boy Dez says, yikes. Joseph Delavicia says, hopefully the DK Metcalf of this draft. Possibly. And you know what, Leonard, if father-in-law Leonard is watching this, Leonard kept asking me why DK Metcalf slid, and I explained to him why he fell. And then he did turn out to do big things for Seattle, so maybe. Listen, man, if Claypool can give us that, I'll take it. Eric McDuffie says, what is his 40? 4.42. And I see some Canada love in here. They say they love it. Brandon Cheney says, this dude loves Pittman. He says, shaking my head. Who you referring to, Brandon? Mims was still there. Okay, so Sincere Washington, I'm guessing you rather have Mims. Okay. Nay says 4.4 is average wide receiver speed. Man, I don't know why people keep forgetting that 4.4 is still fast. People get blinded by 4.3. 4.4 is balling, especially when you 238 and you 6'4 and a half. You flying, bro. That's a freight train coming at you. All right, so I'm not seeing anybody really going in about the pick. Joel Coleman says, love the pick. Big Dro says, I love it. Sebastian says he likes it. All right, so now let me get some thoughts from you guys. So go ahead and start rolling them out now, so I'll make sure I'll read those comments. Actually, wait, one second. We got a phone call. Let's take the call first, then I'll go to the chat, because I don't want to miss everyone. Well, we got 2 phone calls. I don't want to miss everyone's explanation, so that's why I said hold it in the chat, because obviously if I'm looking at you guys in the camera, I can't always be looking over at the chat. So hold your thoughts for a moment. Let's take these 2 calls. Same routine, guys. Keep the calls quick and short. Let's basically talk about how we feel about the pick. All right? First up, area code 443. Chase Claypool is the pick, man. What are your thoughts? Hello. Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. All right, I don't think Blog Talk is working correctly, guys. Let's check the next number. 609. Are you able to hear me? 609. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Blog Talk Radio is being a fool for us, guys. All right, so I know y'all are in the queue. Hopefully you guys are also listening through the stream. So we got to do this the old-fashioned way. We got to do it the bootleg way. Since you can't hear me in the phone queue, I'm just going to say it here. I'm going to unmute you. You should hear unmute in your ear, right? Once you hear unmute, just start talking. I can hear you. The chat will be able to hear you. Unfortunately, you just can't hear me through the phone queue. That's a Blog Talk Radio issue that happens from time to time. But you guys are probably used to this by now, because I know the 2 of you guys have been here before when that's happened. So I'm going to wait about 20 seconds. I'm going to go to 443 first. Like I said, when you hear it, unmute. Just state your business. Say what you have to say really quick. And then we'll go on to the next one. And then we'll come right to you as well, 609. All right? So let me go ahead and start that 20 seconds right now so the delay will catch up.
What's up, Sim? This Gold Drip. I just wanted to say, just got done screaming, but I gathered my thoughts. Thought to myself, this is Kevin Colbert we're talking about. Great reputation with drafting receivers. I'm screaming for Mims, and even the lineman from AJ, whatever his last name was, I wanted to, but He's a big guy, I guess, but we gotta, before we get angry or even form any sort of opinion, we gotta remember who we're talking about here. We're talking about Colbert and Tomlin and our guys. So we gotta. They've earned our trust, I should say. But I mean, I knew him from pre-draft, but honestly, I didn't think receiver would be our first pick. I was thinking with Connor's contract being up soon, and his injuries, maybe that happens. Maybe Dobbins is there, but I think maybe he failed a physical or something, because I don't see how he is still there with the injury complication or something. I don't know how he's still here, but we gotta let the rest of the draft play out and go Steelers.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate your call, Gold Drip, man. It's unfortunate that Blog Talk Radio's acting a fool tonight, man, and I can't live talk right back to you guys. But again, for everyone else who's listening, let me just repeat this before I address what Gold Drip just said. 609, we're gonna come to you next. When you hear it say unmute, just start talking, because as you probably can tell there, you can hear the caller in the stream. I can hear you here in the headphones. You just can't hear my voice in the call queue. All right, so state your biz, be quick, and then we'll bounce out of here. And then we also have 651 in the queue. So if you're listening, same deal. Everybody can hear you. So let me just reflect back on what Gold Drip said. Yeah, man, for the last several weeks, y'all, for somebody who's probably new to the show would probably look at the show and be like, man, 1 week he said Jalen Hurts. 1 week he said receiver. 1 week he said running back. But again, I told you guys, man, it was just trying to get us all to talk. But what has been consistent, I would like to say that I have been consistent thinking that it's probably going to be a wide out. I've been saying that for quite a while. Even when, me and Kenyon did the steel table and we talked about Pittman. So I kind of felt like it was going to be wide receiver. I did think there was a chance for it to be a running back. And when I was hoping for Cam Akers, and then Kenyon kind of walked me off of that ledge, explaining to me probably why we wouldn't go running back with the first pick. But there you have it. Did I think it would be Claypool? Not with Mims out there. I didn't know. I didn't know if Claypool was on the Steelers' radar. But clearly, like I said, I'll get into that, after I get through you guys' comments. But clearly, that was the Steelers' plan. So Pittman might have been the guy. Oof, that hurts a little bit, don't it, Kenyon? All right, 609, I'm coming to you now. I'm going to wait about 15 seconds for the delay in the stream to catch up. Once you hear unmute, I'll bring you right in. Just start talking.
What's going on, SimFBallCritic? I know you watch the draft right now, but Akers is going to LA Rams. But my thoughts on Chase Claypool, I kind of trust the Steelers wide receivers coach that we can develop wide receivers, since we have a good history of doing a history of drafted wide receivers and stuff. I was hoping for that we could go for the edge player from Iowa, AJ Epinesa. Or I really like the guy from Wisconsin, Zach Bond. I honestly thought he was going to be going earlier in the second round, but I kind of trust, the Custom GM, and I trust in the wide receivers coach that we can develop Chase Claypool. And something that we've been missing for a while, that we don't have currently on the team before Chase Claypool was drafted, was size. Now we have a big body guy that runs a legit 4.4. And they can jump out of this world with a 40-inch vertical. So, as fans, we gotta really be, cannot be hooked on the names. We just gotta see if he can ball or not. That's what the NFL is about, right? Can you ball or not? That's all I have to say. Have a good one.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for the call, 609. And before I get into it, let me apologize also for our last caller, because I forgot to reflect on the same thing that 609 just did. So we'll talk about trusting in the process. But I just wanted to say this real quick, man. As y'all probably saw me salute my guy Cam Akers, man. Gone to the Rams. And I think he'll do well at the Rams, man, with the type of offense they run. I think Cam Akers would do his thing. But if you guys are not familiar with him, just looking at those little highlights there, you see what I loved about him in a short clip right there. His determination, like I kept telling people, he never really seemed to go down on first contact. You know, he's 217, 5'10", but he's like a stocky, well built. The dude is nice, man. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Nose fan. But shout outs to him. But yeah, man, I have to agree with both of the guys there, man. We're just fans at the end of the day, right? And what I mean by that is we all have people that we like. Y'all know Kenyon and I love Michael Pittman, and I'm going to even throw it at Kenyon even more than me. Kenyon really put me on to him the way I got on to him, right? I knew about Michael Pittman Jr., but I wasn't paying as much attention until Kenyon was like, Sim, I'm telling you, you need to watch this guy. And I was like, wow, dude is nice. Got that special teams element. I mean, I loved him. And then when I saw his numbers as far as his ratio, drops to catches. But there's people who was like, they didn't like Pittman. To us. So as us as fans will always think we know who they should have picked. But we have to fall back and realize that we're not the professionals, whether we agree or disagree, right? It doesn't mean just because Colbert and Tomlin are professionals that they make the right decision. Every organization picks the wrong guy sometimes. We've all seen it with our guys and other teams, but you just have to trust the process. One thing we know for sure that the Steelers have done fairly well, I'll even go as far as saying might have been the best at developing wide receivers, and a lot of you guys were saying that as well before this draft. So even though maybe the number 49 pick ain't the guy you wanted, rest assured, Claypool is probably in good hands. Ain't no probably. And the boy is 6'4.5", 238, and run a 4.42. Bruh. Regardless of what other position I may have wanted, I'm happy about that right there. Now it's time for me to focus on what is this guy Claypool about? What could he be for us? Think about this. He is a big Martavis Bryant. Think about that. And Ben Roethlisberger likes to throw that thing. This could be something. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let's take a couple more calls. We'll take, say, maybe 2 more calls, guys. So we're going to limit it to just 2 more tonight. Then I want to get in the chat. And then, like I said, I got to run right after that. All right, I got to run. I'll be back sometime tomorrow, maybe early in the day, to do a quick recap on round 3. And then we'll definitely, I'll try to get another stream out tomorrow night after the final draft concludes. All right. So, and maybe what I might do, is maybe I'll do a stream as we're doing our 4th round pick, and we'll recap 3rd and 4th or something like that. We'll see. But either way, I'll be back. All right, area code 484. You know the routine if you're listening. Blog Talk Radio is going to say unmute. Just start talking. You won't be able to hear me in the phone, but we all can hear you here. So I'm going to hold about 10, 15 seconds here to allow the delay to catch up, and then I'll bring you in.
Yeah, but I was like kind of surprised because of the whole thing with drafting a wide receiver. I was still pretty shaken up by that. It was pretty crazy that we took a wide receiver. We were so stacked in that position with Duke and Washington and freaking even Deontay Johnson started going off last year. All I'm talking about is he performed very well at the combine. I was looking at some of his film earlier, and the guy he knows how to trace the ball. He looks back. He can get away from people because of his size. It's just crazy, man. I'm really excited, but I'm also kind of upset at the same time. I keep going back to Ben Roethlisberger. I remember hearing on the news he wanted a tall receiver, and Pittsburgh could never find the right receiver for him. He always wanted a tall, big receiver, and I think he can be the man. I think with Ben, I don't know, he can, like, you see what he did with Juju and, like, all these receivers. He finally got who he wanted, and I really think it's going to be good, and it's crazy.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, man. Again, I apologize that I can't talk back to you guys, live in the phone, man. Blog Talk fooling with us again. But I'm curious to know. I just wrote it in the chat, and of course you're listening. Let me know, who you are there. I just want to know who you preferred at 49. Again, I'm not, rooting for the pick of Claypool or against it. I'm just curious to know everyone's thoughts, because I want to say this as well before I go to 724. You see, guys, how it's interesting as fans. We all have different perspectives, right? Did you hear what 484 said? 484 said that wide receiver position is stacked. Did you hear that? He literally said we're stacked at wide receiver, where I know there's a number of you guys that would challenge that, right? Not only would you challenge it, there's a number of you guys that feel like Juju Smith-Schuster is not a number one. You're not comfortable all the way with James Washington. Deontay Johnson is up and coming. Like, we've heard all of this. So you see how all I'm saying is, this is why I say, guys, our opinions are just opinions as far as who we want. We got to trust in the organization. They may make some bad picks from time to time, but look at that, the two different sides of the spectrum. From 404 feeling like the receivers are stacked, and other people feeling like they don't know who our best receiver is. See what I'm saying? But that's all I got. And yes, Ben Roethlisberger has been campaigning for a big, tall receiver for years. He loves it. So maybe this guy could end up being something. We'll see. All right, last call of the night, man. Area code 724. When you hear the word mute in your ear, just start talking. We can hear you. I'm going to hold tight for about 15 seconds, and then I will unmute you. That's all I got. And yes, Ben Roethlisberger has been campaigning for a big, tall receiver for years. He loves it. So maybe this guy could end up being something. We'll see. All right, last call of the night, man. Area code 724. Man, I got to pause it, man, because the delay is extremely long. And understand, guys, the reason why the delay is there is because it's a stream, right? It's a stream. So even though I can hear it in real time, y'all are not going to hear it in real time this way, because y'all are seeing it via stream. So let me just say this one more time. 724, I'm going to bring you back in. Cut off the computer for a moment. Mute that so we don't get any audio in the background. But you're going to hear the phone say unmuted. Once you hear that, start talking. All right? So let me wait about 15 seconds. Then I'll bring you in. Oh, well, he disconnected. All right, he disconnected. So we'll go ahead and end it for now. We'll go ahead and just shut the phone queue down for tonight. Again, guys, I apologize, man. And I know, some people will say I shouldn't have to apologize. It's not my fault. It's Blog Talk Radio. But I'm going to take the ownership of it and say I apologize that I couldn't talk to you live like we normally do. But hopefully when we come back on, maybe even tomorrow, to be working properly. But anyway, again, 724, even though you disconnected there, if you're able to hear me, just keep in mind, if you're able to call back tomorrow, if you check me out, and this same situation is happening, just, all you have to do is start talking like some of these other guys did tonight. They're kind of used to it. That's our workaround whenever you can't hear me in the phone. But all right, man, let's get back to the chat really quick. I'll spend maybe another 10 minutes maybe in here. I want to hear from you guys. Fire away. Did you hate or love the pick? Give me a little explanation as to why you hated or loved the pick. All right, so that's what I kind of want to focus on. So you guys' opinions can be heard aloud. I want to hear that. And while I'm waiting on that, let's look at a couple of the ones that are already in here. Samuel Bethea says Mims was there, but something is up with him. He was first round talent. Yeah, yeah, it could be something going on with him, man. He slipped. D Webb says wide receivers are hella fire now. Okay. Claypool was a bad pick. Says Kyle Kusick. Kyle, give me some backstory. I want to hear why. He says he wished the Steelers would take Tavon Diggs. Okay. Yeah, and I think the Cowboys took him. But I want to hear from you why you think it was a bad pick. You know, again, I'm not defending the pick. I'm just really asking. I want to know you guys' opinions. All right, who else? Jordan Mid says, Sim and Kenyon, this dude can block. Oh, my God, and he's a freak. I love the pick. Okay, yeah, I'm going to check it out. I promise y'all I'm going to have detailed information on him when I come back to you. Maybe not tomorrow, but, yeah, definitely by Tuesday. Santiago Monleon is asking, what do y'all think of his route running? Seems like he's his weakest point. I haven't studied him fully, so I'm going to have to dive in to see. But, yeah, this is the things I kind of want to hear from you guys. General Grievous says, I'm not sure yet on the pick. We did it. He says, I'm not sure on the pick we did yet. Okay. Kyle says the pick was overreached. That's not giving me context, Kyle. Again, I gotta hold you guys accountable to your opinion. I want to hear why. Don't take the easy way out and just say it was a reach. Tell me what's wrong with him. What do you dislike about him? And I'm not disagreeing. I haven't studied him. I just want to hear more opinion. And maybe it's just my nature. That's just how I am. I don't like surface. I want to hear backstory. I want to hear reasoning behind things. That's just the way I was raised. I don't just, I don't like just the short answer. Oh, I just don't like it. Well, why? Give me some backstory. Luis D says, I love the pick because the Steelers needed that type of height and speed. Now that I can agree with, regardless of the player. I like the fact that the Steelers now has what appears to be a very big receiver with speed. I like that idea. Do I like Chase Claypool? That's TBD. But I like the idea. Relfax says, do you think us taking a receiver is an indictment on Washington? I got to anticipate Claypool going to be on the field sooner than later. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Remember when Kenyon and I was talking about receivers, we said their fourth receiver spot is wide open. The Steelers would prefer to be fairly deep through four. Don't just look at Washington, Deontay, and Juju and think somebody's going to get replaced. We've been trying to find that fourth guy for a while now. Think all the way back to like Justin Hunter. That spot is wide open. There's going to be some competition there with some guys who are currently on the roster, but that spot wide open. So I don't think this is an indictment on anybody. And the reason being, last year, both James Washington improved, but him and Deontay Johnson had some pretty decent years. Opened up some eyes. So I don't think at all there's any indictment against Washington now because he had a better year last year. Let's see. I just skipped some folks. Who was that I just skipped? Rel Glee says, love. Ben doesn't scramble like he used to. 3 to 4 seconds. No one open. Now he has a target that does not need to be open. Right. And he can just fly. Just run. I'll throw it to you. Let's see. What else? Why Diggy says, I'm okay with it. I still would rather like Mims because he's more polished. I do think it gives more versatility, in the receiver's game. Okay. Appreciate that explanation there, Why Diggy. See, guys, this is what I'm saying. I like to hear your real thoughts instead of just yay, nay. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne Williams says, Mims is falling because he wasn't asked to run the full route tree, meaning he is not polished. You know what? You might be right about that, Dwayne, but I will say this. It probably depends on the team because that's kind of what I was saying about T. Higgins. When I studied T. Higgins, I didn't see, a whole lot of different routes. T. Higgins seemed like to me just a fast dude that got some height, throw it down the seam, throw it outside the numbers, and nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying he got picked early, so maybe it may just depend on the team and what they feel like they need at the time. You know, some of these guys might not be asked to run the full route tree. Martavis Bryant, anyone? See what I'm saying? Even though we got Bryant later in the draft. Kenyon says Claypool is not a great route runner, similar to Martavis, and I pointed this. Yeah. See, there go me and Kenyon, the two Aries brothers, right there again. What else, guys? Somebody else give me some thoughts on him. Steel City Savage says we should have taken Denzel Mims. Everyone is sleeping on Denzel Mims. Claypool is a beast, though. Okay, see, I ain't mad at that. But I will ask you, if you can, what do you like about Mims that you don't, or what do you like more about Mims? If you can explain that. And again, guys, when I'm asking you guys to do this is also to educate everyone else, you know, because a bunch of the viewers may not know certain things about certain people. So instead of me always being the one that's trying, you know, giving my opinion, I like to include you guys, and you might educate someone else. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of try to push you guys to say a little more. Let's see. Kegels Bagel says, what running backs do you think we could target in the 3rd or 4th round? Maybe that Utah kid, if he hasn't gotten picked. But it'll be interesting. The Ravens took J.K. Dobbins? For real? What? Let me see. Yeah. Okay. The Dolphins took Raekwon Davis. That Jalen Hurts to Philly? I don't know how I feel about that yet. Interesting. But we'll see. Let's see. Anybody else got anything on Claypool? Mr. ABS says you have to continue developing your wide receiver depth. This is a passing league, and other teams are trying to deepen their wide receiver core as well. Claypool could also be a hybrid wide receiver tight end in case Vance moves on. Yep, could be. D Webb says Juju can go back inside now. Claypool outside and tighten nice two with what? Tight end nice two with Johnson both outside with speed. Okay. But you guys got to keep this in mind. I know a lot of people said Juju can go back inside, but y'all have to remember that's not going to change. I don't expect what you guys, maybe some of you guys don't realize this. Juju most of the time goes inside anyway when we go 11 personnel, right? When there's 3 receivers out there, a lot of times Juju is in the slot. When we're in, say, a 2 wide receiver set, you know, maybe 12 or something like that, it was usually Juju and Washington. Those are your primary starters. You know, like, those are the guys that most of the time when you see the credits and they say who the starting receivers are, they don't always include the slot guy or the number 4 guy. So anytime it's a 2 receiver set, it's probably going to be Juju and Washington like it normally is. When we go to a 3 wide receiver set, even a lot of times last year, Juju was inside. Washington was at the X. Johnson was at the X. Washington was at Z. Right? Even think about when Moncrief was there. It was supposed to be Moncrief at the X, Juju in the Z. Then he moves to slot. Even when Antonio Brown was there. When we went 2 receivers, Antonio Brown was your X, Juju was your Z. When we went 3 wide, Juju moves inside. So you're not going to see a lot of difference there because we're already pretty much doing that. So you understand what I'm saying? So I understand when some people are saying he can go back to inside, but again, Juju is normally in the slot when there's 3 receivers on the field. Let's see what else y'all got, man. I'm going to read a few more and then I'm up out of here. Daryl Duke says Calvin Johnson was not a good route runner, but you cannot stop him because he was big, fast, and you can beat people over the top. Yep, absolutely. Timothy Zoom says, if you watch Claypool's highlights, most are in the red zone. And I'm going to challenge you guys as well, too. Don't just watch his highlights. And I'm not blaming you, Timothy. I'm just saying in general. Don't just watch highlights. You can watch highlights, but make sure y'all go back and watch some full snap games. Like what I plan to do tonight after me and the wife, watch our movie and hang out with her for a while. And, because I usually stay up late. I'm going to go and I'm going to watch, some full games of Claypool. And this is what I normally do. If I don't have time to watch the full 2-3 hour game, find mock-ups. It's easy to find on YouTube. You can find cut-ups where they're showing you every offensive snap for the game. So you might watch a game, excuse me, you can watch all of his snaps in 9 minutes. I'm going to watch at least 2 or 3 of those tonight. I plan to do that. And then I'll go back and watch even more later. But do that. That's my rule of thumb. Try to watch 2 to 3 all snap games, condensed games, in conjunction with the highlights. That'll give you a better picture of what the player is, because you want to look at his blocking and everything. Already did the calls, man. Dust Thunder already did the calls tonight, so I shut that down already because I'm about to roll out of here. Let's see. Can I get a few more comments? Darren Dalton says, I think we should have taken Cam Akers. I'm confident in our wide receivers. Juju will bounce back. DJ will have a great second-year leap. James gets better each season. And let's not forget our experiment in Kane. You got some facts right there. But just remember, that number 4 spot is up for grabs, bruh. Also, let me say this. Also, for you guys that join in on the party with me and Kenyon and whoever else feels this way, this puts more pressure on No Rack. And in case you don't know who No Rack is, for anyone who's newly viewing the show, that is Ryan Switzer. So you should be excited that the Steelers have drafted another wide receiver. You know why? Because your 49th pick in the draft, he's not going to be cut. So we're already down to 4 receivers. It makes it tougher for No Rack to make the team. He could still make the team if the Steelers go 6 wide receivers. They didn't last year, which was interesting. They only kept 5. So it makes it tougher for No Rack to stay, in the roster, if you will. So you should be excited by that. Come on, guys. Give me another complex one to read. Builder's Life says everyone is forgetting all our wideouts. Juju, Claiborne, Washington will be blocking the mug. Yeah, definitely. And Washington, y'all saw what Washington could do. Remember that how he threw old boy down in the end zone. I forgot which game that was, but his blocking skills on the Deontay Johnson touchdown. I think that was the Miami game. That was the Miami game, man. When they did the all-out blitz on like a 3rd and 20 or something like that, and Deontay Johnson scored right before the half, and boy, did James Washington put dude on his back. And then y'all can't never forget the stiff arm when he put old boy on his back. Old boy that actually used to play for the Steelers. I forget his name now, but he's a DB for the Bengals. Loved every moment of that. But all right, guys, I'm going to read one more, and then I'm going to get out of here. I got to go. I told the wife I'd be done by 9, and it's 9:05, so one more comment. I'm going to read real facts. He says, I don't see why anyone wants us to take a quarterback so bad. Packers drafted Jordan Love in the 1st round for what? To sit. Yeah, you know what? I kind of agree with you there, real facts, man. Well, I do agree with you, but I think what it is, man, is I think people have the sour taste in their mouth from last season, for a couple reasons. We saw what happened when Roethlisberger went down, so most people are probably like, man, what if it happens again, right? What if he's not 100%? Legitimate concern, right? Then also, people are not big on Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph, they're already ready to throw him in the trash. That's just some people's opinion. And then people who were kind of big on Duck, they're no longer big on Duck. So it's multiple reasons why I think people are asking for a quarterback. But the reality is we have to pay attention to how the Steelers do business. Not saying they won't grab somebody to compete later in this draft, but guys, you should have expected it not to be at 49. They won't doing that. They're not going to give up on Mason Rudolph yet. If anything, they'll be drafting someone to be in the 3rd spot, and perhaps if that guy turns out to be great, he wins the 2nd spot. But they're not giving up on the 3rd round pick and Mason Rudolph, and they expecting Ben Roethlisberger to be okay. So there's no way they were taking a quarterback at that moment. So there you have it. But all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here, man. This was a great show tonight, even though it was short and more condensed. I appreciate you guys for coming out. I will definitely be back tomorrow. I cannot confirm the time yet. I got to be honest with y'all, with it being Saturday, everything going on. But I think what would be best, since I want to cover the 3rd round pick later tonight, I'm not going to come back tonight, but I definitely want to address whoever that is. So I think the best thing to do tomorrow is when we get close to where we're about to pick in the 4th. I believe we have a 4th round pick. Wherever we're about to pick tomorrow, as we get close to that pick, I'll come on and we'll talk about the 3rd rounder, and then we'll watch the 4th round, and that'll be tomorrow's stream. And then the follow-up stream after that, we'll probably just wait until Tuesday to do Terrible Towel, have the boys on here, and we'll have a full discussion. But all right, I'm out of here, man. So in case you haven't already, make sure you do this right here. Thumbs up, push subscribe, push the notification bell. All I need you to do. All right. Catch you guys later. Y'all be safe. Have a good night. Watch the rest of the draft. And let's hope we grab somebody else worth watching. All right. Be safe. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for coming out. Peace.